The brief was to make a direct connection between elements of the museum's collection and this site. And the museum has a lot of Bronze Age relics and discoveries, many of which have been found in and around Lake Semmerwater. And their prize find was found on the shores of the lake, and it's a beautiful, preserved Bronze Age spearhead. So that was the kind of crux of the whole commission, really, kind of referencing the spearhead, replacing it in the site where it was found, somehow, suggestive of that anyway. So effectively, the structure is going to be, it's like a skeletal framework made of steel tubing, which is floating on a pontoon kind of walkway platform. So it's a long floating structure, and it's produced in a kind of chainmail-like fashion, joined one to the next, a kind of, effectively a curtain, like something to describe the form, but also to create a kind of interesting optical experience when you're inside the structure, which partially conceals but partially reveals the environment.
The spear works in two ways. It's got a bit of a dual personality in that when you're away from the spear, looking down on it, you get the, especially at night, you get the illuminated spear and the shaft reflecting in the water. But when you actually get onto the spear itself, then you're looking out at the landscape, which is exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted people to connect with the landscape, but also then, you know, have that idea of the collections in their mind. It's bringing people to the lake, it's bringing new people to the national park and into the area. The response has been really positive, and we've had, certainly last night, we had a lot of local people coming down who actually may not have known about the museum. For all it's on their doorstep, they may not have known that we've got that amazing artefact in the museum. It's also enabled us to raise the profile of the collections and the museum and bring new people to see those collections.